Mr. Khalid. We are very happy you received our invitation to visit Beijing. We really appreciate your contribution to the Drug Center. I'd like to know, you stay in Beijing for 5 days. What's your impression so far after the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, after COVID-19, this is my first visit to Beijing.
Okay.
I last came here in October 2019, but then 3 long years due to COVID restrictions, I could not come. So Beijing is, as usual, hustle and bustle. I find a lot of new changes in Beijing, a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. But Beijing, it's a traditional city. So Beijing never loses its attraction.
And also, I'd like to know more about the joint center we made. And of course, we appreciate the achievement you've made. It's a very active, center. And I'd like to see you are sort of a businessman, but why you devote so much time in promoting the concept of a human community with a shared future?
Yes.
But you're not only businessmen, but you are, you column writers and you are medium person.
Yes. Actually, I have my own business. I have a consultancy company. I do business in many countries, and my business takes me to a lot of countries of the region. And wherever I go, I find people talking very good about China, people talking about Belt and Road Initiative. So since I am also an expert on the regional connectivity.
Yes.
So in 2020, through a common friend, I was talking to Professor Lee Holing, and he told me that China Communication University is making these centers all over the world. He asked me that, do you want to make this center in Pakistan? I said, why not? If anything in my capacity I can do to promote the friendship between Pakistan and China, why not? So then in October 2020, I made this center in Islamabad, and I'm very happy to tell you that since last 2 years, this center performance is on the top. In 2021, we were at the top. In 2022, we are at the top, and I'm very honored that your university gave me the top award of the top researcher also.
Are there any gap between the older generation and the younger generation in Pakistan towards, the attitude or the impression about China?
One thing you should be very clear that every Pakistani thinks China as their best friend, thinks China as their family member. Yes, the only gap which the older generation and younger generation has is of the understanding the things. Because in old times there used to be newspapers and books, but now there is a big social media. It's I would say ocean of social media in which our young generation takes a dip every morning. Every morning they get up, they meet their parents later, but they open and see
on social media.
They are on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So unfortunately, Twitter is American brand, Facebook is American brand, YouTube is American brand. So all this social media is full of negative propaganda. So every morning once young people, they get up, they only read negative propaganda. So that basically pollutes their mind. So that is the reason what we have now started doing is that we put more and more things about Pakistan and China relationship on the internet. Whenever Professor Lee or you or other professors, they do online speeches, we even record them and then we put them on YouTube, then we put them on our website, we publish, we make the transcript of this thing and we put it on the newspapers.
So that's why you emphasize educating the young people is so important.
That's why I emphasize, because young people get their inspiration from social media, and that's why I always suggest to my Chinese friends, to Chinese universities, that please put more and more material in English on social media so that you can counter negative propaganda which is happening.
And also, a community with a shared future. It is a resolution from China. It's to solve how can we face those problems.
Yes, to challenges. Another thing we have seen new role of President Xi Jinping in last few months. I always consider him a big leader, and I always feel that if one person who is eligible for getting a Nobel Prize for Peace and Development, it is President Xi Jinping. But the Nobel Committee is sitting at a place where they are also influenced by the people. So,
but there is a Nobel Prize in everybody's heart. Yeah,
yes,
in the heart.
That people have already given him. So he does not need, a stamp that from a stamp on the paper. He has already made stamp in the hearts of the people. So we have seen his role as a peacemaker. We have seen the peace deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia, because we are also equally affected, because Iran is also our neighbor, and there were a lot of sanctions on Iran. But we have seen that how quietly and how amicably President Xi has achieved a peace between these two countries. Then now we are seeing, we saw the Palestinian...
That is a surprise to the world.
And now we saw the Palestinian president visiting China. He visited China a few weeks back, and President Xi is playing a lot of role in bringing a settlement solution between Palestinian and Israelis. So President Xi has become now undoubtedly a leader of peace and a leader of vision for everybody. Because since I always read his speeches and everything, I have not seen in any of speech that in which he has used the word me. He always used we.
Oh, we.
He always used we.
So we are community.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much for this interview. You make time for this out of your busy schedule. So what is your last message you'd like to share with the students, young people?
First of all, I would also like to thank Professor Lee and you and all your faculty. In last 3-4 days, you people were very hospitable. I really enjoyed visiting CUC. It's a very beautiful university, very well managed, very clean, and a lot of greenery and a lot of trees inside it. So I really enjoyed my stay at China Communication University. My last message to the Chinese people and to the Pakistani people will be learn more and more about each other. This process of learning cannot finish, because every day a new child is born. Every day child is becoming an adult. Every day somebody is graduating from school and going to college. Somebody graduating from college going to university. Somebody going from university to his job. So this process has to continue, and this friendship has to grow. I would not say that we are iron brothers. I would say that our relationship is like a soul-based relationship. We have our souls, our thoughts, our hearts together. I would here like to make a special mention about the efforts of President Xi Jinping. President Xi Jinping has always been very kind to Pakistan. He has always supported Pakistan, and the Chinese government has always been standing Pakistan like a real big brother and iron brother. So I think that this friendship means a lot to Pakistan, means a lot to each Pakistani, and in times to come, through Institute of Community with Shared Future and through the China Communication University, we will be able to organize more human-to-human interactions. So this will be my last.
Thank you very much. You are really ambassador between the two countries in the public diplomacy. So we really appreciate your contribution, your great interest and effort in this in building such a strong dialogue and relations. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish you enjoy the rest of your stay and visit in
China.
China.
Thank you very much.